I wanted to highlight this story simply put because it's amazing how far technology has come since I was a child. Let me be first and foremost to tell you, I was born in 1986, around the era where computers were roughly the size of an Xbox One. Yes, ha ha ha, that thing looks like a VCR. Oh, go back and look at some of those IBM Power PCs and things like that. Yeah, buddy, I'll tell you what, the PC Junior, that's attractive compared to the Xbox One. Anyways, don't get me on a rant about that. Computers used to be massively huge. I mean, huge, man. And nowadays, we have cases where computers are still massively huge, but for other reasons, airflow, things like that. But back in the day, computers were so underpowered, they didn't even need a heatsink or fan, or any fans, because they were just cooled passively. Gaming has driven technology to the point where we innovate. If it was just down to running spreadsheets and Microsoft Excel and, you know, productivity software, honestly, aside from a few weather programs and things like that, technology would have no need to get smaller, or better, or faster, because there's just no need for it. But as computers became more home accessible and kind of a staple of everyday life, people decided that it'd be a good idea to kind of shrink things down. And so this modder did the same thing. This individual decided that it was a great idea to put Half-Life onto an Android wearable watch. Now, it does say it's Android Wear, so there's no exact brand or things like that, but to say the least here, this is really cool. The guy's name is a software modder who goes by the name of Dave Bennett. Sorry, I thought I was gonna say Bernay, but his name is Bennett, Dave Bennett. And he put a SD-3D onto the first gen of LG G Watch. Now, that's an open source emulator which is able to run many of Valve's earlier titles, which of course they didn't take much anyways to run. But just think about that. 15 years ago, okay, we required a decently sized tower with a nice graphics card to run these games without having hiccups and things like that. And now you can play it on your watch, not your smartphone. That's already been done. I'm talking a watch. I'm quite sure that there's a Pokemon emulator. I'm quite sure there's Super Nintendo emulators. My God, you could put Doom on it, you know? Well, you could put Doom on anything. Doom will run on a TI calculator if you were creative enough. Anyways, just saying. My point is that the experience isn't ideal. There's no contesting that. The point is, this guy got it on a smartwatch. And who knows, in the future, we might actually see editions of, you know, Android and iOS games being ported on the watch. Tell me right now, what would stop Angry Birds from running on an iOS or Android watch? Honestly, like, all it is just a swipe of the fingers and a collision detection system. It's very simple, very low grade. Same with some of these free runners or, you know, RPGs would be excellent on watches. It's almost as if it's like the Game Boy. The screens are almost similar size, and at least this time they're backlit and they have full color. So hopefully at some point in time Nintendo might get into this. I mean, who knows, guys? You know, this almost reminds me of back in the day when they used to have these game watches that you could play. Yeah, believe it or not, there were game watches, but those were horrible. Oh, I shudder. If you guys haven't seen those game watches, check out AVGN's video on the kind of second party, third party game consoles that would come out where you put batteries in them and you just play them. And they're a monochrome screen. Can't really remember off the top of my head what they're called. If you remember, leave it in the comments down below. Go ahead and link the video to AVGN if you want to too. Try not to link it multiple times, so if you see it in the comments, don't link it. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, leave your comments down below. What do you think about these advances in technology? How far do you think we will really go, honestly? You think someone's going to eventually have Google Glasses running a game? Maybe they'll have a first-person shooter with augmented reality going at the same time, so when they're on their lunch break, they can turn the cafeteria into a full firing range without actually going on a killing spree and spending the rest of their life in prison. Hey man, you know, a person can dream. Well, maybe that wouldn't be the best idea. They would probably call the paddy wagon on you, and you would spend the rest of your life in an insane asylum if you had your Google Glasses on and you were making noises like pew pew and shooting at your employee. Oh no, I was just playing Doom 4 on my Google Glass. Come on guys, what are you talking about? I'm not crazy. I'm not gonna shoot up the joint. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this and how far technology has come. And I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. Good gaming, and God bless. And now, the important decision of joining the Maverick Rebellion. We are a tight group of individuals who rebel against stereotypes and greater evils that are commonly accepted. ISPs, children being conned out of games, sexism in video games. Enough is enough, and the Mavericks have had it. If you choose to subscribe or stay subscribed, you are joining the fight against injustice by watching my numerous video topics, from net neutrality to publishers covering up botched releases. The Mavericks are always informed on the issues plaguing your gaming experience today, so don't be left out in the cold, and don't let those people keep you down. Join the Maverick Rebellion today and become a member of the community that will listen and engage with you. What are you waiting for? Just click subscribe and you'll be in good company. Mavericks unite!